Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the week ahead. Keeping in mind that these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone. So make sure to check out your other placements. And if you're interested in receiving a personal reading, I am offering a promotion for the month of May. Have a look at the description below and you'll find the details there. It's a good time to get a reading if you've been wanting one. All right, my friends, let's get started here for Sagittarius. What is the current energy around Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week ahead? Okay, 2 cards. 6 of Cups with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So what that tells me, Sag, is that right now there is something from your past that is distracting you from getting on with what you're working on in the present moment. And it's a distraction, okay? It's a distraction because the past is an illusion, right? It's over and it's just a memory now that, doesn't really live in the present moment anymore unless you keep it alive by thinking about it. Sorry, there's something on my cards that's driving me nuts. Okay. I don't know what that is. But anyway, the important messages here are that this thing from the past seems to be distracting you from getting on with something, right? We're seeing the Knight of Pentacles in reverse here, which can be a time of procrastination or feeling unfocused. And I think that unfocused energy is coming because of whatever this past situation is that keeps trying to pull at your heartstrings. And it's very nostalgic when you think about it. There's probably some memories there that when you think about them, you start to relive them. And it's pulling you away slowly from something that needs your attention in the present moment. So let's see here, what is the obstacle? What is the obstacle to you sort of getting on with things? Oh my goodness, look at the bottom of the deck is the 2 of Cups. So Sagittarius, this tells me that what could be distracting you is a person from the past. I was thinking that when I saw the 6 of Cups, but sometimes it can just be a past experience. But seeing the 2 of Cups tells me it's a person. So past relationship is distracting Sagittarius from getting on with things in the present moment. Let's see what the obstacle is here. King of Cups is the obstacle, man. So the obstacle here is love. You love someone from the past still, but you don't want to get caught up in their drama. But you love them, so that's causing the distraction. So there is a past situation that you feel an immense amount of emotion about, but it's almost like when you think about it, you get caught up in the drama. So that sort of procrastination energy is created from your present moment. And look at the bottom of the deck, my friends. I I'm not going to deceive you, but this is telling me that whatever is in the past needs to stay in the past, that you could be deceiving yourself by thinking that somehow it's changed or somehow it's different now, or maybe I should revisit this. You need to keep moving forward from what I'm seeing, Sag. There's something about that Knight of Pentacles in reverse that's saying to me, like, put your energy with me. Give your energy to the present moment, because you could be deceiving yourself into thinking that somehow the experience in the past with this person is different now. It's exactly as it was. Don't deceive yourself. Take the rose-colored glasses off, because you're missing out on something in the present moment. You know what I mean? And it's, yeah, this feels like a big distraction. Let's see, what's top of mind for Sagittarius right now? What's top of mind? Look at this. Top of mind for you is the pain that you suffered in the past with the 2 of Wands that says, well, it's up to you. It's up to us which path we choose. Are we going to choose the path that takes us back to this moment where we were caught off guard suddenly by a big unexpected pain and separation or betrayal even, or are we going to take the path away from the past, get on with our Knight of Pentacles, hop on our Knight of Pentacles horse here and choose a new adventure? Leaving the past where it is in the past, because I feel like you take a chance on reliving this, because the past energy, I think, only feels different for you right now because you're being nostalgic, sentimental. Maybe that past person has reached out to you and you're starting to think, well, it wasn't that bad. Was it really that bad? It was. Look, it was really bad. And there was the Seven of Swords too. So this situation hurt you, Sagittarius. And so going back to it is, I don't know, it feels risky to me, especially because, again, you've got that Knight of Pentacles that's trying to move you into the future, is trying to guide you to start focusing on the present energy and plant seeds towards where you want to go next, not going backwards. But it feels like you may be set on this based on what I'm seeing in your conscious energy, is that you're aware that there's a choice with the Two of Wands. But you may be romanticizing this ending a little bit and not remembering how painful it was. And look what's on the bottom of the deck again. Two of Cups. So your focus right now is, I think, entertaining whether or not to go back to something from the past. And it feels like the guidance in your reading is like, take the rose-colored glasses off and look at it objectively. Look how painful that separation was. Why do you want to go back there? That ended for a reason. It didn't end so you could run back to it. Not trying to be triggering here, but just got to give you the energy as it comes through. So let's see, what's at the root of this for Sagittarius? What's at the root? What's driving? Oh, that's too many cards. Let's see, what's driving this reading? At the root of the matter here, the base of the matter. Okay, 3 cards is less, but we'll take it. There's less than that chunk that just fell out. So the thing driving this is that right now it feels like, I'll take these 2 cards first, that you may be procrastinating on something that could be a very successful new venture. Okay. And it feels like there's a lot of conflict around you when it comes to, I think, the past and the present sort of competing for your attention. And it's interesting because it feels like you may be comparing yourself to something that happened in the past, and you're still looking at yourself very critically, saying, well, it was because of this or it was because of that. And it's like there's so much conflicting opinions within you and within the group of people that are surrounded in this past situation. Like, it feels like conflict and challenge from other people. Like, I feel like you may have contact with someone from this past situation, and they're trying to convince you to return somehow. So you may have contact with the person that you were with, or the people involved in the situation, like maybe a past group of friends, or, it almost feels like that is causing this tug of war, and you're not focused so much on what you need to be focused on that's happening right now in the present to open up a new opportunity for you, because you're still stuck in this past loop. It almost feels like it's time to cut ties with it, because it's not serving you to hang on to it. Again, look who's here back on the bottom is the Seven of Swords. It's not what you think. It's not as it appears. You may be slowly trying to convince yourself that things are different, but I don't think they are. From what I'm seeing here, things are not as they appear, Sagittarius. So if they appear like things have changed, that is an illusion that's being shown to you on purpose to attract you again. You know what I mean? But it's actually distracting you from something that you could become a master at here with that Eight of Pentacles. So I think it's time to focus on the present moment. Take the rose-colored glasses off and get focused on what you're trying to work on in the present. Let's see what the past influences are. Okay, the past influences speak very loudly when I see the Four of Cups here, because that says to me that the past influences are a feeling of missing out on something. So however this situation ended, it ended with you feeling like you were at a loss, like you were missing out, like you missed an opportunity to see something in something that wasn't there actually in the first place. But it feels like your focus is in the past, and in the past you also felt like you were missing out. So it's like this has always been a dangling carrot, you know, that idea of chasing after something that you can never achieve because it's not meant for you, or it's not as it appears, but you're still emotionally connected to something here. And you were connected to it in the past, and it's been very hard for you to get distance from it. Six of Swords coming up on the bottom of the deck. You have had a really hard time letting this go. And you had a hard time letting it go in the past. So this is from the past. This is very far away now in terms of how long ago this originally happened. And even in the recent past, you were feeling still like, oh boy, you know, I wish I had another stab at that. But do you? Like, when I see how painful the ending was, it almost feels like you're finally healing from it. So it's coming back almost like to test you, to be like, are you really over me? Are you really, really over me? Because I'm still here, and I'm going to distract you from something that's really moving or has the potential to move in the present moment. Yeah, look, Page of Pentacles on the bottom. It's a nice seed that could plant, you know, if planted and nourished and worked on, this could really provide a new path for you. Let's see what the upcoming energy is here for Sagittarius. What's the upcoming energy? Queen of Cups in reverse. Isn't that interesting? You got the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So seeing the Queen of Cups coming up in the reverse tells me that you're going to sort of continue to feel uncertain about what to do moving forward, because emotionally, I think you feel really connected to this past situation. And it's this shows me that you won't take off the rose-colored glasses, that you're going to continue to see this as something that you missed out on, and you may continue to try to see it in your future, right? And the other thing about the Queen of Cups, when she shows up in the reverse, can sort of give us this indication that we're not expressing our emotions and we're feeling insecure. So it's almost like we really need to have the opportunity to trust ourselves and to not suppress our emotions. You know, it's almost like we have to sort of be in touch with our emotions that we may not be sort of acknowledging to ourselves because we're wearing those rose-colored glasses, and to really express those emotions if we're refusing to see something that may seem obvious. Like, okay, when I say that, I mean, I look at this Ten of Swords, and it's obvious to me that this ending had to happen because it didn't serve you. Like, that seems obvious, but it doesn't feel obvious when the emotions are so deep, right? And so attached. So seeing the Queen of Cups can be a time where we have to acknowledge something that's obvious and really express our emotions about it instead of suppressing them. Because, you know, it's interesting. It feels like refusing to see the obvious will lead you to feel insecure, and it will sort of allow you to continue to be connected to things that don't serve you. You know what I mean? And so really interesting messages here. Let's see, how does Sagittarius see themselves in this situation? Yeah, heartbroken. Heartbroken. And really still living that heartbreak. Whenever you think about this, you're heartbroken. And so I think that's what's motivating you to continue to revisit this, because you want that moment of redemption where this heartbreak goes away. But it almost feels like accepting it will let the heartbreak go away, instead of continually trying to sort of go back to this situation that never served you. You know, it may have taught you some things, but it didn't serve you. And emotionally, I think you're uncertain about that because you still feel so connected to the situation. But it's very interesting. Heartbroken. When you think about this, it's heartbreaking, and it was out of balance. It was a one-way street. I feel like you may have given, and never felt like it was reciprocated, you know? And yet here we are, right? Still thinking about going back to this. Let's see, how do you appear outwardly to others, Sagittarius? Ace of Cups in reverse. So other people recognize that you need to sort of nurture yourself, love yourself, forgive yourself, have compassion for yourself. Love yourself first, and then this won't feel so appealing. If we can offer ourselves the love that you're craving from this situation, then you won't crave this situation as much, Sagittarius. It feels like you have to offer yourself what you want from this person, because this person's not going to give it to you. Six of Wands in reverse. You're wanting external love, external validation, external feedback, when really you need to give it to yourself. That, may sound really blunt, but that is what this reading is saying, is that whatever you're seeking from this other person or this past relationship, you have to offer it to yourself. What are the hopes and fears around this? Yeah, the big choice. The hope and fear surrounds the choice. At what cost, Sagittarius? At what cost will you go back to this situation? Or will you continue to invest on what you've been working on since this situation ended? It almost feels sabotagey, because you're procrastinating on something that, we got the 7, 8 of Pentacles here, 2 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Like, there's something here that you could really become a master at, but you have to choose to focus on it, to give it your full attention and focus, because you're worthy of it. You deserve this. Ace of Cups in reverse, right? This is a time where you may be sort of not giving yourself what you deserve, because you might not think you deserve it. This situation, I feel, really did a head game on you a little bit. It's left you feeling like you can't do any better in some ways, right? That this was the best it could have been, when really, how many times have we seen the 7 of Swords and the 10 of Swords is here, the 3 of Swords, like the most painful cards in the deck are here. So it makes me feel like getting moving on what you're pursuing now is really going to serve you in the long run. And loving yourself fully will allow you to see your worth. Even if this person didn't show you your worth, you can feel it for yourself, right? It's very interesting. Let's see what the potential outcome is here. 8 of Wands in reverse. So that tells me that you are being directed and guided, but you might not be listening or trusting that guidance at this time. I think your emotions are getting the better of you. And you're wearing those, that's what this video will be called, is that you have to take those rose-colored glasses off, because they're not allowing you to see things that are obvious. That this situation is in the past for a reason, and it ended so painfully for a reason. And are you still suffering from it? I think so, with that 3 of Swords. Especially where it's landing in your reading. I think you're still in pain from this. So it's time to cut those cords. Look, you're still feeling the loss. You're still feeling rejected. You're still feeling like you don't belong, and that maybe that you weren't worthy or good enough for this situation, when really it feels like it revealed its true colors to you. It's time to take those rose-colored glasses off. It's time. It's time to make the choice to choose you. Choose yourself. Love yourself first. Okay, to close this reading for Sagittarius, let's pull an oracle card and see what's the highest guidance for Sagittarius in this situation. Okay, seeing the higher power card come out in reverse says to me that things could work out in a way that you can't even imagine right now, but that you just have to keep working on what's in this present moment, because you're going to feel so confident and courageous and worthy, and everything is going to come through for you here, but you've got to focus on what you're working on in the present. That is the key to your sort of new beginning, is to put the past where it belongs, in the past, to understand what that moment taught you about yourself, and then love yourself, feel worthy of all of the things you desire, give them to yourself, and watch everything change. Just watch, right? Very interesting reading for you this week, Sagittarius. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading, and I look forward to reading for you again soon. And I'm sending you so much love, my friends, and wishing you all the best on this new path that you're going to focus on, and really see a lot of clarity and movement come through that. Okay, take care. Sending you so much love, my friends.